Hey everybody, it's Lon Seidman, and we're doing a quick unboxing and review of the R-12SWi from Klipsch. This is a wireless subwoofer, and one of the problems you run into with hooking a subwoofer up in your home theater environment is that often the best place to put it isn't always the easiest place to wire it, and you really have to do a lot of trial and error to see exactly how all that bass reverberates around your particular room. And we're going to look at the 12-inch one here. You really need to decide based on your room size which one is best for you. So smaller rooms can go with the 10-inch version. This larger one is probably best for the room that I'm in, a larger space here. It has a 400-watt amplifier. The other one has a 300-watt amplifier. I should mention too that this came in free of charge through the Amazon Vine program. However, all the opinions you're about to hear are my own. Nobody is paying for this review, and no one is reviewing this content before it is posted. So very simple here. We just have a little bit of instructions here. We're not going to look at those. I think this is going to be pretty simple to get up and running here. There is a wireless transmitter, and what you do with this is you plug this into the back of your receiver into the LFE port. That is what you would normally just plug a subwoofer directly into with the RCA cable here, but this will now go to the transmitter, which will then transmit over to the receiver that is built into the subwoofer, and we'll test that out when we get everything hooked up. Now this also requires power. It does have a USB connector here on the back. There is a USB power adapter provided in the box here. If you have a USB port on your receiver, it might be enough to power that. So that is that part. And now we're going to get to the business end of this thing, the big subwoofer itself. So I'm going to pull it out of the box here and see what we end up with. I think this is the front grill for it, and let's see what we get here. So this is the speaker itself, and we'll unwrap this and we'll take a look and see what it looks like. All right, so here it is out of the box. Pretty nice, attractive design here. It follows some of the other speakers we have seen from Klipsch recently, so nice copper color to it. The grill here just slides on like so. You can still see some of the color through there, but I might actually just leave it open. It looks pretty cool just as is. Now on the back here, you've got a couple of connectors, about what you would normally expect on a traditional subwoofer. So there is an RCA input for line in, so if you want to use it as a traditional subwoofer, it should work, but you might want to just go with a non-wireless one if you intend to plug it in the old-fashioned way. The on-off switch here is on, auto, or off. So if you leave it on auto, it will turn itself off when it's not receiving any audio. You've got the standard gain and low-pass filters here, along with the phase connection, or the phase switch here. And your power goes in here, and that is pretty much it. So I'm going to hook this thing up now and see how it works. All right, so I got everything set up down here in my little home theater nook. Now this is a smaller portion of a larger room, and the 12-inch is probably a bit of overkill for the size that I'm putting it in here. In fact, when I first plugged it in, the ceiling tiles were rattling. It was so loud, but I did turn it down a bit. It was very nice to see that the RF connector just worked automatically. I didn't have to push any buttons or do anything. Once I plugged in that subwoofer and plugged in that transmitter, everything just started working automatically, and it sounded to me just as good as a wired sub might. But I think if you're in a smaller space like an apartment or something like I have right here, the 10-inch version is probably the best choice. If you have a much larger space that you are trying to fill up with that sound, the 12-inch is definitely probably the way to go. But all in, a very easy to use subwoofer. I actually enjoyed moving it around the room here to try to find the best spot for it, and it was nice not to have to run additional audio cables to do that. All you have to do is find an outlet and you're good to go. So that is the Klipsch 12-inch 400-watt wireless subwoofer, and this is Lon Seidman. Thanks for watching.
This channel is brought to you by my Patreon supporters. If you want to help the channel, you can by contributing as little as $1 a month. Head over to lon.tv/Patreon to learn more. And don't forget to subscribe. Visit lon.tv/s.